Hello and welcome back to another episode of Field Vision. I'm your host, Brian Clinton, contributor over at OUinsider.com. We've got a fun one today. I'm excited about this one. College football 25 is coming out this summer. We've seen tons of news come out over the last couple of weeks from EA Sports, and we ran with it. We have an interesting take for you guys to look at. We've got the highest rated players in Oklahoma's offensive position rooms, and we're going to take a look at each of those, the highest rated player for each position group for the Sooners. So let's jump right in. The first one, we're taking a look at quarterback. Who else would it be than Jackson Arnold? It's obviously the five-star sophomore, not a freshman anymore, played in enough games now. He's a sophomore, and we have him at an 85. He is an 85 overall in his first rating for EA Sports College Football 25. We've got his speed listed at 85. He's running a 4.6 40 last time he was tested, and that's more than adequate for someone that likes to run and gun a little bit. If you are looking to maybe spread out defenses by running, rolling out to the left or to the right, this is a guy that can do that for you. He's got good awareness at 80 for his awareness rating. Not fantastic, but again, he is a sophomore, has just one start under his belt in the bowl game, had 3 interceptions in that game. Now, most people would write that off and just say, maybe he's not the guy for Oklahoma going forward. If you watched the game in full and didn't just look at the box score, you saw the special arm and the special talent that he is. So I think that if EA is going to knock him anywhere, it'll be with his awareness. 89 throw power, so he can throw it down the field. He's got an 87 rating for short accuracy and an 83 for deep accuracy. This is someone that I expect could really top the 90 overall threshold by the end of the season. So don't take this for gospel. I think that we could definitely see Jackson Arnold's ratings increase as the year goes along, especially if he has the 2024 season that I expect him to have. All right, next group. We're talking about running backs. This one was a little more difficult, but not too difficult. Definitely had some harder picks to make later on in the list. Gavin Saige is who we went with here. 88 overall is what we're giving Gavin. He's got a 92 speed rating. We've all seen him in the open field. He's one of the fastest players on Oklahoma's roster. So we've got him there at 92. Acceleration at 90. He's able to get up and go pretty quick. 88 agility, carrying set at 88 as well, and ball carrier vision at 90. Essentially, he's very good at finding a gap or finding a crease and making it work. And that's what you're going to see from him in this game. I do expect him to be very good to great in this game, especially as the season goes along. If we see him pick up where he left off in 2023 after 5 straight games with 100 yards or more on the ground, you could really see him jump into that 90, 91, 92 area pretty quickly, especially if he continues to be a threat for the Sooners offense under new leadership. So really like him to be the top overall running back in the Sooners stable. Now, with his injury history, I would say you might limit your carries or your touches in a game, especially if fatigue starts to set in. We all know if you've played any of the past iterations of this game, 30 touches or more, and a guy being fatigued, he's more likely to be injured. So you may have to limit his touches at some point, but he's going to be a huge weapon for you out of the backfield in this game. All right. This one was extremely competitive. The wide receiver room, there were 3 guys that I legitimately could have placed here and felt pretty good about. The list would be Nick Anderson, Deion Burks, and Andrel Anthony. Those 3 guys, I think, could easily be your top overall wide receiver in this game. We went with Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson is the all-time leader in touchdown receptions for a freshman. He broke that record that was set by Marvin Mims just a couple of years ago. Nick Anderson is now the record holder for that. He's got an 89 overall speed. He's an 89 overall, has an 89 speed rating, also an 87 acceleration rating, 88 with agility, 93 on catching, and 83 on jumping. Probably going to get after me for the jumping there at 83. But again, these ratings are meant to be adjustable, as I expect EA to adjust these throughout the season. And this is a guy that I expect to be clutch, like the definition of clutch in a game. If there's somebody that you feel good going to over the middle of the field, 3rd and 10, you need it, Nick Anderson's going to be your guy. Really like him, obviously, for what he's got for the Sooners on the field in real life, but also what he's going to bring to the Sooners offense in college football 25. Tight ends. Let's talk tight ends. This room is like an unknown, almost as much as the offensive line, but not quite. There are more names in the room. We know about Caden Helms, who just hasn't been able to stay healthy to this point, but we also have Devon Mitchell coming in, who is a former 4-star tight end. He reclassified and became a member of the 2024 class. He'll be in there. You got Bauer Sharp, who came over from South Louisiana that not a lot of people know about. And then you've got Jake Roberts, who transfers in from Baylor. Who did we go with? We went with Bauer Sharp. We actually went with Bauer Sharp. He is probably the least known guy out of the group. And I think there's a reason for you to get familiar with this guy. We have him listed at 83 overall. We've got a speed rating of 85, which at 6'5", 240 pounds, the guy can move. Like, he straight up can move for that size. Has very good agility for that size. We've got him at an 81 in acceleration, 84 catching, 80 jumping, and blocking, we have him at 64. Look, this is a guy that I expect to be out in the field, out in space, running routes. He can block if you need him to. There's going to be some situations with 2 tight end sets that you're going to need him to block some things up. But I think where he is going to excel is as a pass catcher. He's going to be a mismatch problem. He's a little too quick for most linebackers and a little too big for most defensive backs. And I think that that's going to be a very good thing for the Oklahoma offense, not just in real life, but also in this game. So Bauer Sharp's our guy at tight end. Offensive line. Talk about an unknown. This is the biggest question mark for the Sooners going into the 2024 season. We're going with the incumbent starter. That is Jacob Sexton at right tackle. Could be at left tackle. It just depends on where they end up putting him. But nonetheless, 88 overall tackle for the Sooners. We've got him at 91 on the strength rating. He's got an 87 for awareness. Run blocking is at 89. We saw him absolutely be a road grader for the Sooners in certain instances last year. Expect that to continue and be something that we see him do in the game. 85 overall with a pass blocking, which is obviously sufficient there and does well. And then 88 with impact blocking. So should be a guy that you can expect to keep Jackson Arnold clean. And look, this is somebody I think could become an extremely high rated player towards the end of the season and going into next year. This is someone that could be a high-end draft pick at some point. The offensive staff really likes what they've seen in Jacob Sexton, and if he continues on the trajectory that he's on right now, there's no reason why he can't be a mid-90s to maybe even upper 90s guy before he leaves Norman when it comes to college football 25 ratings. So, like him, he's at 88 right now. Certainly somebody that can move up into the 90s pretty quickly. All right, last guy we're covering today, last player. We're talking about the kickers. I know this is a point of contention for a lot of you, but I think the kicking game is going to be better this year, and that's because a new guy in the room is going to emerge. And no, I don't think it's going to be the transfer. I actually like the true freshman coming in, Liam Evans out of Moore High School, just up north of Oklahoma, or of the University of Oklahoma. And we've got him as an 83 overall. We've got 80 on the kick power and 86 on the kick accuracy. This is the nation's number 7 kicker, according to Cole's Kicking Camps. He's a 5-star recruit at the position and was very impressive in his video and his film at Cole's Kicking Camp. So somebody that I expect to come in and turn that room over on its head pretty quickly. Do like what I saw out of him and what we watched, and I think that he is going to be the best leg that Oklahoma's got this year and going forward. So really like where he's at, and that's our last guy. That's what we're doing. We're doing this week. We're doing just offense. Next week we'll jump into some defense, and we'll take a look at that. Thanks to Spencer for the graphics here on the screen and for all the design there. I think that's absolutely incredible. And he's just another valued member of our staff over at OUinsider.com. Guys, if you're not subscribed to OU Insider, I urge you to get over there now. One, there's so much going on right now. Oklahoma basketball is on its way to an NCAA tournament bid, well on its way. And we have some news on them each and every day or every other day. Brody and Jesse do a fantastic job over there covering basketball. Obviously, recruiting and everything team related. Jesse and myself help with the team related stuff, but Brandon and Parker are on top of everything on the recruiting trail, and you'll get the best information out there on recruiting from those guys. And then softball, Jesse and I are going to be down at Love's Field this weekend to open up the new field and watch softball play their first couple of games there. So that'll be awesome. And we've got all the thoughts on that and more over at OUinsider.com. So guys, if you're an OU fan, you need to be over there. And spring football is picking up in a few weeks. So we'll have practice reports and things like that coming up before you know it. So get over there, subscribe to OUinsider.com. Like this video and let us know what you think about this in the comments. We try and get back with you guys on those things and really look forward to hearing your thoughts on this one. This was a fun one, and I'm looking forward to what the defense looks like too. So stay tuned for that next week. But for now, that's going to do it for us. We'll catch you guys next time.